888-613, come on by. Very excited with my next guest here, Mr. Steve Shapiro. Now, this is the merger of Johnson Controls and Tyco. Fantastic concept.
Yes, it is.
Fantastic turnkey solution to a lot of things. And we're going to talk about something that I think is super important. It's, how do I describe it? It's securing your alarm inside the network, which is already alarmed. So alarms can be insecure because they're not locked down with passwords and things like that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah. It's amazing, and people buy things at retail today and don't change the standard passwords from admin and password as the username and password.
Yeah.
But what we focus on, not just that kind of thing, but inside the system, all the wireless sensors have to be secure too.
Exactly.
And that's why we've been talking about it as is the Neo platform with the cyber secure Power G technology. It's the only AES encrypted wireless sensor technology.
Really?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
It's long range, meaning in big box retailers and those kinds of big places, 50,000, 100,000 square feet, the sensors can be secure with encryption, and it's not just a wireless benefit, it saves the integrators the trouble of having to pull miles of wire.
Yeah.
Think about those poor integrators. They got to pull wires through ceilings. They rent scissor jacks. Why would you ever do that?
And in an old building, especially in California, if it's historic, you can't touch it.
That's
you
right.
You can't pull any wires.
Right. So at Johnson Controls in our security products group, we're really proud that we have this unique technology. We were the first to have it a few years ago that makes the integrator's life easier and helps secure our customers because all the wireless can be encrypted, secure, and resist jamming.
Now, tell me how we got to the point where people installed things on a network and didn't change the password. Was that the installer that's like, hey, got to go to lunch, see you later? I mean, it was epidemic at one point where it was so bad that people were being breached. Remember that guy in Russia put up a website that said, hey, here's all the baby cams, and you could just look at people's houses and stuff because the password on the baby cam was password, you know.
Well, I think when you talk about consumers, we don't know why consumers do and don't do things, but it's good that as the professional integrator or security installers are encouraging their customers to change those things on site. In fact, many of the connected home platforms, some of the connected home platforms that we're responsible at Johnson Controls, we provide a local private Wi-Fi system. So for example—
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so in our connected home part of Johnson Controls, one of our new products called IoTega, which is just weeks away from being on the street, for Wi-Fi cameras, we don't even give the customer the option of looking at the username and password. We encrypt it for them. It's a private network, and we take care of that. So we're going to help the consumer. They don't even have to make that decision when they install our system with cameras in the connected home.
I forgot all the statistics, but most breaches are because of human error. Nobody's cracking an encryption, 128 key encryption. That's not happening. You're leaving your key somewhere and they're stealing it, right? If people just put the proper passwords, the proper strength on things, it would get rid of so many types of breaches and things like that.
It would be a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
But Johnson Controls has been around so long and I work with you guys, I believe back at Fox or Disney, because you're in the HVAC stuff and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always got that part of it, that side of our business was more secure than the security side of the business, which is odd because you know what? You can't have an air conditioning go off in the middle of a broadcast. The whole thing will go down. And so people in those big buildings took those facilities stuff very, very seriously. I think this is a natural merger with Tyco. It just makes sense.
Well, it does make sense for a lot of reasons, more than just security. If you think about it, Johnson Controls is a leading company in building management systems. You know, energy control, lighting, HVAC, and now think about the security piece of that. Cameras, access control, the perimeter security systems like the intrusion and fire control systems. We bring it all together into one building management system going forward.
Yeah.
So not only people save money on energy, they get a more secure system, and it's very simple. If nobody's there, let the HVAC system take a rest, turn it off for a couple of hours. It's that simple.
Now, how's the merger going? Are you creating any new divisions for this? You have new initiatives that are coming forward on this, or just give us an idea of what's happening.
Well, now that we've completed that merger, it just completed earlier this month, we're really working together, the security products operation, which came originally from Tyco, and the building management part of Johnson Controls. We're linking together to do that integration between the intrusion, the video access, and the building management systems. You know, for example, the thermostat folks at Johnson Controls, they've been making thermostats for a long time. Think about the connected home. Everyone wants to control their thermostat
That's right.
remotely. So now we can bring all that together into the connected home as well as the commercial building management systems.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'd be afraid that if I didn't lock down my my thermostat and it gets mad, it's going to turn up the heat and kill me one day because it's pissed off. But it's all the Internet of Things. Everything is on the network. I remember speaking to Steve Carney a couple years ago at ISC West, I think, and we had a great discussion about this connectivity issue, that the Internet of Things is changing the landscape. One thing I was very impressed with Tyco about is that they listen to their clients. And if the client says, I need you to do this for me, and they've never done it before, they said, we're going to look into that and do it. We'll figure out a way to do it.
We'll try our darndest to do it.
Create an API for them to connect or something like that. That was fantastic. So I think this is a big business-changing merger. What is the feedback you're getting from the other communities, maybe some of your competition? I mean, this is ground-shaking to me.
I haven't heard too much from our competition yet because, frankly, we haven't been doing this very long yet. But our customers are going, oh, this is great. I don't have to have separate systems anymore.
Yes.
And it drives people crazy when they need 2 or 3 apps to control things at their home or their business.
Right.
Think about one app that does everything. I have one username and password to remember. Back to your point 5 minutes ago, why do people sometimes not change their username and passwords? Because they're too tough to remember. Some people have over 100. We're going to bring it all together into one unified application and just make it so easy for the building manager or the consumer. It's less to remember and makes their life so much easier.
Got anything new on the plate there that we're developing that we could leak out here on Security Guy TV?
Well, like I said, more in the residential space. The new IOTEGA product is just weeks away from going into the market, so we're very excited about that. Here in the commercial space at ASIS, you know, the Neo platform for light, medium commercial is promoting itself in PowerG, and just to whet everybody's appetite in the year ahead, we'll be doing more in the commercial space as we work closer with Johnson Controls. So we're excited about that.
Steve Shapiro, Johnson Controls, but we're going to go to TycoSecurityProducts.com right now. We can get the security part of it, and I'm really happy about this. I'm glad you came on the show.
Well, thank you very much.
What's
for
your booth number so we can come see you? What's the booth?
It's down in the 4000s at the main entrance.
4,000, that's close enough. Back in a minute here on SecurityGuideTV.com at ASIS 2017. Take us out, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis.